Hi guys, welcome to another video here on the channel. My name is Mafalda. I'm the creator of the bookstagram called Bookworms. I'm the creator of the channel, obviously, and I'm also the creator of the blog that has the same name. You can follow me on social media, the link is in the description box down below, and this channel is about books, mainly about books. I also have some videos here of my cute dog, and I also talk about PhD, my lifestyle, and all of that, so stick around if you want to see more of that. So today's video is about books. And last week we did a game. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but if you didn't, please go check it out. We did this or that, and I chose some authors that I really like and books that are well known, all of the same authors, and I compared them and I decided which one I prefer. So I had a lot of fun. Some of the results I expected, others were kind of like fun, but nevertheless it was for me a fun video, so go check it out because I really enjoy doing it. So today's video is book tags. I decided to do a book tag, and the book challenge, the book tag is 10 books that I want to talk about, and the creator of this challenge is in the description box down below, so you can check it out. They have more challenge if you are interested. I really liked it, and I'm probably going to do some of them on my Instagram, probably in Reels, Shorts, and YouTube and all of that. So go check it out because it's actually pretty fun. So today is the 10 books that ... So the first one is a book that made me think. And I have a lot of books that made me think. I really have. I like to read sometimes I like to read something really fast that is just, you know, fun and all that, but most of the books that I read are actually books that require some in-depth thought or something like that, so or in-depth reflection, you know, that kind of thing. So I really do have a lot of books that make me think a lot about, you know, the future, the past, myself, the way that I react to things and all of that. So I enjoy that kind of books. But for me, in the last couple of years, the book that surprised me and made me think a lot was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. So this book is actually pretty interesting. I have it, the hardcover version of it, but it's in the living room, and I am currently with the heat right here on my feet, and I am snuggled here to talk to you guys, so I don't want to move. But I have the hard book. I really like the book. And the funny thing is that the book has a lot of different life experiences, and it has also some reflections about life, death. It has a lot of nostalgia, so the book is very interesting for people that grew up in the 90s, early 2000s, because you do have a lot of like influences on games and ways of living that we do not have anymore, but we did have that as children in the 90s, 2000s, in early 2000s. So that, in that sense, the book actually was interesting because in the beginning I felt very nostalgic and, you know, thinking like, wow, we were so happy, we were on the break of discovering everything, like, right, I don't know if you guys have that thought, or maybe it's just me because I'm old. I have a 57-year-old old woman living inside of me, probably, but I don't know if you guys really reflect on this stuff, because I really think that in the 90s, in the early 2000s, we did have like some, you know, energy going on, you know what I mean? Like, we were on the verge of turning the millennium, we were on the century, we were on the verge of, you know, discovering something new. Technology was was evolving so fast, so everything was new and exciting and fun, and so much fun, and the colors were amazing, and the games were out there, and the books were, and the films and the movies. I mean, if we talk about movies, I mean, it's the best comfort movies are from the 1995 or the 1990s until 2000s, early 2000s. So we did have the golden age, and I think that the book reflects a lot on that. And was one of the reasons that I started reading, actually, because I saw a quote and I was very nostalgic, and I really enjoyed it. I really liked it, and it's very, very well written. It's a very interesting reading. I really enjoyed it. I really like the title, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I really like the reference of the title, so you need to read it to understand it, but I really enjoyed it. I loved the game vibes, you know, that was amazing. So the aesthetic of the book is perfect. It's my childhood, so I felt very, you know, blessed to be able to read that book at the same time. So yeah, that was a book that made me reflect a lot of how things changed, how fast things go, how the idea of control is so important for us humans, but we don't have that anymore. Or at least we don't have that, period. We don't have control over anything, but we actually think that we do. So it's very interesting, and it made me reflect. Okay, a book that surprised me. I have two. I want to say one positive and one negative. The negative one was the Atlas 6. I'm going to say this. I didn't enjoy the book. I got the hardcover. I was so excited for it. Most of you know by now that I was very excited for reading the Atlas 6. And I ended up selling the book for like 10 euros or something, because I really hated the book. I don't think that it has any plot whatsoever. I don't think that it's interesting for anyone, especially being named as a new dark academia with dark academia vibes. I mean, it doesn't have anything like that. So it had a very negative impact on me. I was very frustrated reading it. And a book that surprised me for, you know, in a positive way, I have a hair here. A book that surprised me in a positive way was Beach Read by Emily Henry. I forgot the name of the author. Emily Henry, Beach Read. It was amazing. I loved it. It was the first book that I read from her, and I really liked it. It was very interesting. The story was amazing. It was so breathtaking and gripping. I read the book like in 2 or 3 days, so it's amazing. So that surprised me a lot, because I usually don't read romances, and that and Love Hypothesis were the books that, you know, made me dwell into romance, contemporary romance. So yeah, it was a good surprise. A book that made me happy. So the third tag, a book that made me happy. Oof, I had so many, Jesus, how can I choose one? Okay, most recently was Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I loved that book. It was so good. I loved the vibes. I loved the aesthetic part of it. I loved the characters. I loved the plot. I loved everything. I don't have a single thing to say that is bad, because I really enjoyed it. A book that made me sad. Okay, a book that made me sad that I recently read was Atchico. And it's a Portuguese book. I mean, it's a translated version that is in Portuguese. It's called Atchico, the Dog That Waits, Cão que Espera. And it's a story of Atchico, and I love that story. Atchico is it's the dog for me, and I really liked it, and it made me cry. It makes me cry every single time that I read it, and I read a lot about the story because I really enjoyed, you know, seeing the relationship that Atchico had with his owner, and the fact that he waited for him for years in the same train station, and that just makes me so sad, and I'm going to try to cry again. So I'm not going to talk about it. That was the book that made me sad. A book that made me feel nostalgic. Oh, Tomorrow. I don't have any other book that makes me feel nostalgic. Probably if I read like Twilight or something like that. That's a book that makes me feel nostalgic because I read it when I was like 15 or 14 or 13, or how old was I when 2009 happened? Yeah, but you know what I mean, like that makes me feel nostalgic because I was younger when I read it. But a book that makes me feel nostalgic because of the vibes, Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zavin. Obviously. Book that I have a love-hate relationship. I don't have one. enjoy or I don't. I don't have a love-hate relationship with any types of books because I'm just a straightforward person. So if I like it, I like it. If I don't like it, I just DNF and that's it. So boring, I know. A book that I have reread the most. Oh, that one is so easy, guys. All the ACOTAR series. I reread that thing over. I almost said swear words. I reread that thing over and over and over again because I'm always rereading ACOTAR, Court of Phantom Roses series. So all of the books are. I read it at least 4 times by now, or 5, and I started reading into 2020. So do the math. A book that made me want to travel. Oof, all of the books that are set in England makes me want to travel to England. So all of the books that are, all the Bridgerton books makes me want to travel to England. I know this is so lame, but it's true. And especially to Bath, you know, in England, or the Cotswolds. I just want to live that Regency era kind of vibe. So Bridgerton books always make me want to travel to England. I also feel the same thing every single time that I read a Greek mythology book, so Circe or the Song of Achilles. You know, I want to travel to Greece. So I think that every single time that I read The Duke and I or The Viscount Who Loved Me or all of those books from Bridgerton, I want to visit England. The book that gave me all the feels. The book that gave me all the feels. Oh, The Song of Achilles. Obviously, I cried so much. The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue. Those two are very good. Those two are very good. If I had to choose one, all the feels. Jesus. Probably The Song of Achilles. It's that type of book, yeah. But The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue is also good, so go check it out. A book I wish I hadn't read. The Atlas 6. I hated it. I'm going to continue to say, I know a lot of people don't agree with me and I respect that opinion, obviously. Personally, I don't enjoy it. I know that she is a great author, that she has a lot of good books, and I read a lot of good books from her, but that one, no. It's a no for me. So guys, that's it. I'm almost completely done with the final offer. I'm in 70%. I'm going to finish off today so I can write my reviews for February. And yeah, that's it guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know if you have any books. I'll leave in the description box down below the list, and you can like answer in the comment section any number of, you know, what book makes you cry, what book makes you sad, happy, you know, all of that. So if you want to chat with me, I'll be very happy to do so. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new, you know the drill, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a great week and have good reads. Bye!